I'm instructor Aaron Rutten, and in this video, I'll answer the commonly asked question, how to drop or merge layers. Using layers can be a huge time and stress saver because it allows an artist to keep elements of the composition separate and more easily editable. There are times when multiple layers need to be merged together to create one single layer. This is known as dropping a layer in Corel Painter, but in many other software programs, it's called merging layers. To drop a layer means that the layer will drop down in the layer order and fuse with the bottommost layer in your composition, which is known as the canvas. If you choose drop all, every layer in the composition will drop down to the canvas layer. This is sometimes referred to as flattening an image. So if keeping artwork in layers is better, why would one want to merge layers? Well, there are many reasons. One of the most common scenarios is where edits need to be made to multiple layers at once. It can be more efficient to have those objects on a single layer if they no longer need to be separate. Layers are very useful in composing an image, but once an artist is done composing, the layers are no longer needed. The exception being compositions with elements that will be repurposed in other works. In some cases, blending layers can be difficult because of a blending bug in Painter. This bug causes white to be added near the blended edges of a layer. Because of this bug, it's almost always necessary to merge layers before attempting to blend their edges together. I do all of my edge blending near the end of my process so that I can do it in a flattened canvas or completely merged composition to avoid the white fringe. Another common reason to drop all layers or flatten the image is that the artist is finished with their art and wants to make it permanent. Like adding a varnish over a painting, it makes the piece feel complete. It's worth noting that saving artwork as a JPEG or PNG file will automatically merge all of the layers into a single layer. This is because the JPEG and PNG formats do not support multiple layers. If you wish to preserve your layers, you'll want to save your artwork as a RIF or PSD for your master copy. Make a duplicate of the master if you need to make a flattened copy for the web or for printing. Finally, the last reason to merge layers is that you just have too many layers. Besides cluttering up your layers palette and making it hard to find what you're looking for, images with too many layers can be large in file size, which not only takes up excess room on your hard drive, but also negatively impacts the speed at which Painter can operate. It saves computer power and hard drive space to merge unnecessary layers throughout the painting process. Let's take a look at the options for merging layers in Painter. Drop. Drop will merge the selected layer with the bottommost layer known as the canvas layer. This is not always the best option for merging layers because it may augment the order of your layers and negatively impact the appearance of your art. It may be better to use the collapse layers command, which I'll describe in a moment. Drop all. Dropping all layers will combine all of the layers in your artwork into a single layer. This can be a point of no return, so if you're concerned about permanently losing your layers, just save a copy of your art before selecting drop all. Collapse layers. This option allows you to select multiple layers that are contiguous or non-contiguous and combine them into a single layer. I prefer this option over drop because it doesn't disrupt the order of layers when merging contiguous layers. The keyboard shortcut of Ctrl-E merges the selected layers. This shortcut works in Photoshop as well, so I find it very handy. Groups of layers can also be merged with this command. Merging layers with different composite methods may change the appearance of your artwork for the worse, so you may have to opt for drop all instead of drop or collapse. If you get unexpected results after dropping a layer, just undo a step and keep your layers separate. Wait to drop all until the end of the painting process when it's not as necessary to keep the layers separate from each other. So that's the scoop on merging layers. Have fun composing.